Hi everyone, Jonathan here. Thought I would do a quick video and sound check of a guitar that I put together recently. You know, it's one of the most interesting projects you can do as a guitarist is to build your own guitar. It also takes away the fear factor if ever you want to swap out pickups or maybe change some of the parts on your guitar. So I think I'll just walk you through and just explain about the parts, the body, the neck, obviously the electronics and the pickups. And then I'll do some sound samples as well. If you want to skip forward, you can just go directly. These are Tonerider pure vintage pickups, which I really am enjoying. So what was the idea for the build? It was kind of a 60s Fiesta Red hardtail Strat. That's what I wanted to do. In the end I couldn't because some of the parts were a little bit hard to get hold of. But I did find a great company called Northwest Guitars in the UK, and they had some of the parts I needed. So I went for, in the end, a regular Strat body, obviously with the tremolo. I couldn't get the hardtail version I wanted. Color is debatable. You know, sometimes it looks orange, very orange, sometimes it looks neon orange, and then depending in the light, it sometimes looks kind of Fiesta Red. But at the end of the day, this was just a fun project, so I'm not too concerned about that. So that was the body. This is made from ash. The neck is beautiful. This also from Northwest Guitars. This is a maple neck with a rosewood fingerboard with a vintage finish. Again, you know, some people think it's a bit, you know, a bit orange, would prefer it slightly, but I think with time this will also age nicely. In terms of the electronics, so I have Tonerider pure vintage pickups, which I did the wiring myself. Regular 5-way switch, regular, I would call it traditional wiring, so the bridge pickup is not affected by the tone part, and maybe I'll play around with that a little bit. Had some help with a great friend of mine, Eitan Pas. I'll put a link to his videos with setting up the neck, you know, actually getting it into the body. The neck was a little bit too wide, maybe because of the finish on it. But all in all, really happy with it. I've set the tremolo pretty flat on the body. I don't use a lot of trem. And so I've tightened that quite a bit so that there's not too much play, but that's the way I like it. And then again, set up for the way I like to play. So that's the build. If you're interested, these are Goto, let me just get that right, Goto tuners. Was thinking of putting vintage, but that's one of the things you learn, is that the diameter obviously of the holes that have been drilled in the neck, if they're drilled for modern, which is around 10 millimeters, then you know your vintage tuners are not going to help you too much. That's the build. Really fun to play, really great. If you'd like to know anything more, just leave me a message. And I'm going to give you some sounds of the guitar now. I didn't mention before, this is a Wilkinson bridge, a vintage style bridge with 2 trem posts. And it does take a little bit of setting up because you need to drill the posts into the body, so it's not just using regular screws. But I'm happy with that as well. So let's take a listen again, playing clean, no effects. We'll add a bit of overdrive on as we go through. So I'll put a little bit of overdrive on. Something that you can hear, which I notice as well, is that the pickup height is something you've got to play with. The middle pickup, very responsive, very bright at the moment, slightly louder than the neck pickup. But that's part of the fun of building, is learning how you can make those adjustments, listening through the amp, and then getting the pickups to a height where you can have a fairly even response, or raising one of them so you get a more aggressive response. Okay, let's do some tones with a bit of overdrive on. Again, I'm using a Nobel's ODR1, playing through a Fender Tone Master. I'm going to do some rhythm, and then I'll put on the looping pedal so I can give you some lead tones. We'll start on the neck pickup. Okay, I'll give you some more sounds. What I'm doing now is I put on a BB preamp with a MXR carbon copy as well, just to give a little bit more overdrive and some delay as well. Let's take a listen. Same thing, I'll walk you through all of the pickups. You'll just see me switching them, and you can get an idea of the sounds. Here we go. finally I'll put on a Ibanez tube screamer and just play a little bit of classic rock and roll so you can hear a little bit of distortion on the pickups as well. That's the guitar. Hope you enjoyed the review. Hope you enjoyed the sound check. If you have any questions, again, please feel free to leave me a comment and I'll do my best to get back to you. Hope you guys are all keeping well. Remember guys, good music, good times. Keep playing. See you soon.